What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining us for this 5th episode of SHOWMEZ. I am Jonathan Gomez. We really appreciate all of you joining us tonight. We are really excited for a really great episode that we have for all of you. We have special guest Paul McBeth, as you know. Before we get started, though, I want to ask you all to take a second and please share this broadcast. We would really appreciate it. Hashtag SHOWMEZ on all your favorite social media platforms. Get everyone you know. And tell them what's going on. We've got a great show for everyone tonight. Now, without further ado, let's bring on my co-hosts, Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, and Paul Ulibarri. What's up, guys?
Howdy.
Man,
It's the first time I've ever said howdy before on a show. So
really?
I felt like I needed to say that. Yeah.
Really? I'm honored. Do y'all say howdy? Do they say howdy in Arizona, or is that a Texas thing?
That's Arizona thing.
Really? They say it in Arizona
Maybe,
too?
yeah. We know each other's language, you and I.
Yeah.
Jonathan?
Yeah, these other guys don't have any idea about the howdy.
They don't even know what I said, kind of. They say hello to each other. Hello, guys. How are you doing?
We do. In North Carolina, we speak some undiscernible language. I don't even know. No. I'm pretty sure I was right the first time.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, they don't call it a Jermism for nothing.
That's right, baby.
Ryan, I got you. First guy who said a color.
Nice.
You want a green?
There you go. Sweet.
There you go. Nice, dude.
Everyone's looking good in their hats tonight.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I had to go pull the sticker off this thing just now to crack this open so I could match the group. Make sure I had my own hat on.
Howdy.
This is a twice
boy, howdy.
Hat,
Yeah, dude. But yeah, man, it's cool here. We got a ton of snow today, and there's like a ton more in the forecast. Pretty rare for our area. So really fun. I'm just like been watching it come down all day. Did a little sledding in the front yard.
Nice.
It's really cool, really awesome. It says it's supposed to maybe snow like as much as a foot tomorrow. So that would be like only a couple times in my life if I've seen snow that deep.
Wow.
At my house. So
even when
exciting.
you lived in Oregon, you guys didn't get snow like that, huh?
Nah, like once or twice in my life, maybe like over a foot. And I'd say we have probably like 4 inches maybe so far today, but it's supposed to keep coming for like, the next like 2 full days. So I'm hopeful we're going to get some knee high situation going, and maybe I could break my snowshoes out.
Well, in honor of Paul.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Jerm. Of course.
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I don't want to be the first. I'm going to be the first to say it before the comments, but that hat does not fit your head.
This is my girlfriend's, and it's a $400 Stetson.
But I think it looks great.
I was hoping that you were gonna I was hoping you weren't gonna say that was your actual hat.
No, this does not belong to me. I'd love a Stetson, but whenever I try on these funny hats that have like the side brim stuff, even the it doesn't work for me, man. It just doesn't work.
I'm
howdy, y'all.
Born and raised in Texas all my life, 34 years now, and I've never owned a cowboy hat.
Wow,
right, back to what you're saying.
That's a nice looking hat. Nate,
you like
I was just
this?
going to talk about how it just rained all day today, and I wish we got snow here.
Snow
would be great. No. Yeah,
we got a tournament this weekend, man. Or maybe you don't, but I got a tournament in the mountains in North Carolina. It's supposed to. It was calling for snow a couple days ago. Now it's like low 40s and just like slightly rainy, so it's like the worst possible temperature. But we are looking forward to that Vegas forecast is looking real nice, though. You guys looked at that?
Is it? I haven't looked. Is it
I never look this far out. I don't really look any further than 7 days because I just don't trust that it's gonna stay. So
when we looked last, it was like calling for 60s, 70s, like nice, sunny.
That would be nicer than the weather it's ever been since we've started covering the event. We didn't go last year.
It's always cold,
but every year that we've gone, it's been just not amazing, but whatever. It is what it is. When you're in the desert, you can hardly ever keep track of the weather. So
have you guys ever had that problem where you like have a hat and you want to rep a brand, but like when people are 1,000 feet away, they have no idea what you're trying to rep? because this thing
Yes.
cures it.
Oh yeah, the first run Jomez Pro embroidered. Look at the difference.
Oh.
Look at the difference. Look
Yeah.
how large that was our first hats we ever got embroidered, and look how big the logo used to be, and now this is the newest.
You need a big logo when you're first starting out. And then you can afford to shrink it down and get subtle with it once you're like a known entity. But when you're first starting out, you got to be loud and proud.
You're right. Well, we've learned a lot. So. Okay. You know what? We've got over 1,500 people that are just wondering why the heck we have only 4 people on the screen right now. So without further ado, let's bring on the man of the hour, Mr. Paul McBeth.
Oh,
What's up, Paul?
What's up, guys?
And
hey,
he's
man.
got the hat. He's repping the logo.
This is my new camo PM hat. How's it look?
Oh,
Dang.
dude. I'm back on board, baby. I'm back on board. Let's do it.
Oh shoot! This is a quick change act.
Oh my god.
We got hat roulette going on, baby. Let's go.
I got that camo.
Sorry for everyone that's listening on the audio version of this podcast, but if you want to know what's going on right now, you just have to pull up the YouTube feed so you can see. Oh man. Speaking of, I'll go ahead and plug that really quickly. SHOWMEZ is now available on all your favorite audio podcast platforms. So we would appreciate a 5-star review on Apple if you have a chance. We started going the audio route thanks to being inspired by our buddy Nate Sexton of running it with Nate Sexton. And yeah, it's been going well. So all right.
This is for my. I mean, we're just going in circles because this is for my guests right here that I've had on my show. So you know, right? It all just keeps going around and around.
You inspire a lot of people with your podcast. So.
I sure hope so.
So yeah, how's it going, Paul? What have you been up to since the world last saw you?
Oh, I've been extremely busy. I heard you guys talking about the weather earlier, and we got some like ice rain right now, which is really interesting. It's making a pretty cool sound when it hits the windows. But yeah, exactly. It's a thumbs down. I'm excited to get to Arizona. I leave Saturday, so that's what I'm looking forward to. Some nice Arizona sun. But yeah, been busy. A lot of projects.
What's that format like for people that don't know?
For the AllStar event?
Yeah.
Yeah, the AllStar event, it's kind of changed a little bit. It's going to be doubles the first day. So, well, first off, Fountain Hills has changed to a 9-hole layout for the AllStar event. So it's a Safari 9-hole layout. I'm yet to see it, but I heard Ricky and Paige put a video out that kind of shows, gives it a sneak peek. But so it's the top 8 MPO players and the top 8 FPO players. And what's going to happen is 1 seed and 8 seed will partner up, and then 2 and 2, 7, and so on. But basically, we play doubles of 9 holes to start, and so it'll be Garrett and I for best shot doubles for the first 9, and then the second 9 we play worst shot doubles, which I don't know how they're defining worst shot. I know there's a bunch of different ways to define worst shot, but and then the interesting part is whatever your double score finishes at, you start the singles round the next day with that double score. So if you shoot really well, then like if Garrett and I shoot really well, we can have a potential lead, and him and I will be tied for first, and then going into Sunday. So very interesting.
It's kind of strange. Yeah, you're gonna be tied with you guys are best buds for a sec, and then worst enemies the next day. Exactly.
I don't know. After that worst shot round, you might not be best buds after the worst shot portion.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny format in that, like, if your main goal was just like McBeth not winning this thing, you could be like, you could do that. You could be like, oh, yeah, sorry, dude. I don't know how we got to 20 over. Like you could just submarine somebody.
I'm really curious to see how this worst shot shakes out. Is it like the other team picks your shot, or is it like you pick your worst shot? I'm really curious because then it could be interesting. So we'll see how they moderate it and keep it under control.
Yeah.
But the doubles is like men playing with men, right? It's not mixed gender.
MPO. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. MPO, FPO, the separate. Well, I don't know how they're going to shake the cards out. I don't know if they're going to put 2 groups of MPO and 2 groups of FPO. I don't know, or they might go 1-1, which could be
But
smart.
the doubles teams are just within the division. I kind of like that because
correct.
If we learned anything in Kansas when we did that doubles exhibition, it's like Paige Pierce is like a cheat code. Like, you know, when we did when we did the men's and women's pairs mixed up, it was like she's too powerful, especially when they got to play from the shorter tee pads.
That is true. Yeah, how they did that. So it'll be interesting, you know. And the FPO has some pretty interesting teams as well. So
nice.
So
yeah, that's gonna be a great experience for the start of the season. You know, we're all looking forward to starting as far as like, you know, sanctioned competition in Vegas, and that's coming up pretty soon. But it's awesome that y'all are gonna be there like a week early, like kind of making your way over there. Like you said, I think it's only like a 5-hour drive from Scottsdale to Vegas. So it's really cool. You get to go kind of hopefully warm up. Hopefully the weather's great. It's got to be better than it is, you know, up where you're at right now, I would imagine.
Yes,
but
seriously.
yeah, that's awesome. It's really exciting that they're going to be doing that. I'm really excited to see that on the. So for anyone that hasn't seen, you definitely stay tuned to the Disc Golf Pro Tour social media and website, and they will be streaming that entire event live on the Disc Golf Network. So we definitely want to make sure to, and I know I'll be tuning in because we won't be there. We'll be in Las Vegas already when the event is started, but I'll definitely be checking that out. So really awesome.
I know I'll be looking at that. I mean, I probably wouldn't have watched a lot of it, probably just the final day if it was like a normal format, but I'm definitely interested in that. Mm-hmm. Probably going to be a major next year, so that'll be sweet as well. I can't wait for that.
That is coming up.
I gotta make sure to take some notes.
We're not going to get to that just yet, Yuli. We will be talking about that. But right now we're just catching up with Paul. So I want to take a quick sec. We've got quite a bit of super chats coming in. I just want to let everybody know that all proceeds from super chats, they go to our Starframe initiative. And the beneficiary at the moment and has been for some time is Edge Disc Golf, so the educational disc golf experience. So any money that's coming through, all the proceeds after YouTube gets their cut is going to benefit Edge. So we really appreciate everyone that's getting in there. So we've got over 2,000 people now. We really appreciate it. Just one more time, asking everybody to share the broadcast, #ShowMez, so we can get as many people in here as possible. We've got a great show tonight. So, so Paul, I know that you were talking a little bit about what you're looking forward to getting into, and I know that you have been doing a little bit of injury, you know, rehabbing your ankle to kind of get ready. So, you know, what's an update there as far as that process for you?
Yeah, doing a lot of rehab. It was kind of at the beginning, I mean, this whole time it's been trying to figure out exactly what the real issue was. And surprisingly, we finally figured it out, you know, about 4 weeks ago, I would say. You know, so I was going rehab. They were like working on, you know, rehabbing tendons, ligaments, and trying to figure it out. And then finally they're like, well, let me bring up someone even higher up, like a specialist that doesn't even really work unless it's like a special case. And he came in and he's like, yeah, you know, nothing. There were some injuries in, well, the easiest way to explain it is they said if you have a grade 4 ankle sprain, basically, or this ligament that is like grade 4, you basically have to shatter your leg in order to injure this ligament. They're like, there's some damage in there, but we don't know what happened. So long story short, they finally discovered that I had a bone displacement. So I rolled my ankle so bad that the leg bone, I forget the name of the two, tibula, fibula, I don't know which one it is, slid down a little bit out of place. So so it was just lower. And then this guy came in and like pushed it back up, and then like instantly all the swelling was gone. So now I had to strengthen the muscles that were locked up because of it and not holding the bone in place too. So that's basically what I was rehabbing. So
was that from that was that from that basketball game that we played, kid?
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Real question. Real question. And
Yeah.
Paul, when they're showing highlights and they show somebody's ankle roll, like that personally connects with me big time because I've rolled my left ankle no less than 100 times in my adult life. And so when I see somebody's like knee start to buckle or ankle go over, are you one of those like weirdos that can watch that, or do you turn your head away like a normal human being and decide?
I'll watch.
"Oh,
I'll
that's not
watch
for me."
them. No, I'll watch them.
Oh God, you're
Yeah.
such a it's so cringy.
No, it doesn't.
I
It doesn't affect me. But
I literally get tingles all through my body. I just cannot do it. I cannot watch that.
and like when it happened, I just thought it was a normal ankle sprain and all that stuff. Well, I shouldn't even say ankle sprain because my body's weird. It doesn't really swell or bruise too easily. So I didn't think too much of it. But it had this constant little swelling there and just never went away. But finally figured it out, doing a lot of rehab. I have one more tomorrow and then leave on Saturday. So I'll probably be sore because it's 2 hour rehab session, which is insane. And she's like, well, if you want to be an athlete, we're gonna rehab you like one. And I'm sore for like 5 days after it. But yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to get out there and my biggest thing is I haven't been able to do cardio like I would want, but we got an all-star week and West Coast. We'll get some sunshine, get out and run a bit. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Awesome. Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad to hear that you're looking forward to starting the season on time. I know last year, at the beginning of last year's season, you were talking about whether or not you were going to start on time, and then I think you said you were going to start early at the Wintertime Open, but then you said you were going to end the season early. But that's of course before we knew that we weren't going to have a full season of events. So a lot's changed since this time last year, whenever you were kind of dealing with the same thing. So I'm glad to hear that you've gotten some specialists on it and looking forward to starting the season on time and completing in the whole season. So that's awesome.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Sweet. So other than that, you've been pretty busy with your YouTube content as well on Paul McBeth's YouTube channel, right? It seems like that's been going pretty hot and heavy in the last couple months.
Yeah, Hannah's been leading that charge. I go out and practice a lot, and I always get these fun ideas, but she's the one that really has to go out there and film. I'm not one to like get a tripod, set it up, and go do all this. So she's the one that really carries the channel. But I'm excited to see it grow and see more people enjoy the videos. And I just went down to Charlotte and filmed with Yuli and Paige and Brody, and that was really cool. So it kind of brings a little bit of a fun element to disc golf for myself instead of just competing all the time. So it's growing, and I hopefully we'll continue and do some more like vlog style stuff on the road this year. So we fully anticipate putting some more videos out throughout the year. But yeah, I got to thank Hannah for all that.
Awesome. Yeah, I think you're at, well, the last I checked, 74,000. So you're definitely coming up on the 100K club, and there's not very many disc golf channels in that club. So that's really awesome to see. And I know that Yuli knows as well as you do, like the more you put into it, the more you're going to get out of it. And that following just continues to increase. So it's really awesome to see you guys, you're benefiting from that, because people are hungry for content. That's definitely something we know to be a fact. Nate with his podcast and us with SHOWMEZ, and just anything that you can put out during the off season, like people are definitely gonna support that and gravitate towards it. So that's really cool to see. I know you just posted a video today, right? Hannah posted a video today.
Yeah, she posted it twice. I guess something happened when it was uploading with the audio, and it sounded like some crunchy power bars were going on, kind of like I had earlier. So
yeah,
but it's it's up there now. It's up there now, and everyone should check it out after the show.
Yeah, awesome. I think it's you guys, you and Brody and Nick Carl at your home course, right? The course at your home in Virginia.
Yeah. We went out there and played. Yeah, we went out there and played on my property, and it doesn't have tee pads yet. That's our next thing. But the snow had just melted, so it was really muddy. So you'll notice that on a few of the holes. But the fairways are still there, and it's it'll be a lot of fun. It's not the longest I mean, it's 7,777 feet, but it's a lot of elevation change. So it feels like on the body, it feels longer than the 11,000 foot course we just installed. So it's a workout.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's kind of sleeping on my YouTube channel, because I do a thing. I have a thing going now where I post once every 5 years, and it absolutely blows up whenever I do get around to putting a video up. So we're like 4.5 years from my next video. So get subscribed, like and share, and I'll see you on there.
Perfect. I usually check them out like 2.5 years into upload. So
that's fast. That's fast. For most people don't get to them. But yeah, I think I did. I don't know why I had a channel, but apparently I did, and I had a couple like 10-second videos on there. And then Thomas Gilbert helped me make a video, and it turned out it was 5 years later. So now I'm kind of on this. YouTube wanted me to sign stuff, and yeah, so I'm just only once every 5 years.
We're in the same boat, man. I have a YouTube channel, I guess, that I uploaded some videos of me dunking when I was like in my mid-20s, and it's like just stupid stuff that like I didn't even know I had a channel. And then like I went back on there to see like what kind of following I might have, and I had like over 1,000 people that are like literally subscribed to watch me put a dunk video up 10 years ago. Like I'm like, okay. You can unsubscribe for now. Like when I start putting content out, like I'll let you know.
Do you plan on doing that, Jerm?
You know what? The more I think about it, I actually think that is a good source. But you know, you and I talked about this last week with Eric. You know, like next year doing some sort of Twitch stream when we playing FIFA. You know, something that we like to do in the off season. I think that might be a good way of putting some sort of like entertainment out that's not necessarily YouTube stuff. But you know, I don't know, I feel like the market is pretty saturated with a lot of really funny people that are doing a lot of really great things, and if I can think of something that I can provide that's not like what other people are doing, that actually has my own I don't know, my own vibe, I might do it. But for the time being, I'm enjoying just watching you guys make stuff, honestly.
Yeah, I like to try to help grow other people's YouTube channels. I'm not in it for myself. I try to guest on as many YouTube channels as I can, and I try to elevate those, you know, in any way that I can. So Uli, looking at you, if you need help, you know where to find me.
Vegas. I'll see you in Vegas.
All right.
That's right.
Yeah, so definitely let's get Paul McBeth on YouTube to 100K as quick as possible. He's at 74K. There's 266,000 people subscribed to this channel. So do the math. We should get him there pretty quick just by going over there really quickly. And whenever you have a chance.
Yeah, that'll be super cool. Yeah, because I mean, next time I'll be on here. It is this side. No, it's left side. Then I'll have a little YouTube thing right there.
Man.
Yeah.
I'll be like,
gotta get an
Jomez
even
Simon.
bigger Paul McBeth logo than what Uli has behind him. Just like blow his out of the water.
YouTube sent this to me, just so you know.
Man,
just past that 30K mark, they sent me the big
deal.
Yeah, the big Uli logo. I'm like, whoa,
that's awesome.
Down, but okay, it's fine. I'll put it up.
Yeah, Uli, I didn't get a chance to check out the video yet, but you've got a pretty spicy video. You and Paige did a front nine back nine thing, right? With you and Paige and Brody and Paul. That's just went up pretty recently.
Super fun. Yeah, they were here in Charlotte for a couple days. And we put up a little doubles match, Brody and I versus the 10 times. So go check that out. My channel, Paige's channel. We got it up actually pretty fast, honestly. And yeah, it's doing pretty well. I think people are really enjoying it. So yeah, definitely go check that out.
Awesome. Yeah, I love ideas like that. So it's sweet. So I guess, are you able to give a little bit of an update then on what's going on with the Scratch to Scratch project?
Yeah, for sure. So we filmed the final episode this last weekend. I had some guests over there. I guess by this time you could probably figure out who they were. Just from the video that we put up on the YouTube channel. But yeah, the last episode went amazing. Some really good quality stuff happened. I don't want to give too much away, obviously, and I'm not going to, but it's going to be fire, and I'm super stoked that it's finally done. I mean, it was definitely a process, and it's probably a while before it comes out, just because now I have to go from all that stuff to like producer guy and make sure that it's all the kind of the mood that I want and that we want. And then yeah, we'll definitely be putting that out hopefully as soon as possible, but I'm guessing it'll take a while. But I mean, Paul was there. He saw the production value and everything. What did you think, Paul?
Yeah, it was like 4 iPhones. It was pretty good.
A couple Androids.
Yeah, no droids. Better than that, Ely. No, it was like 7 legit cameras there, like big ones, and no scripts though, so that was pretty good. I didn't have to read any papers. It was all authentic, so that was really awesome. And yeah, it'll be good. And
I gotta say, man, it is just, you just filmed a TV show, Paul. Like, what the heck, man? I remember when you brought this idea by me and you said, I've got this idea for this thing called Scratch to Scratch. And like, it pretty much already, as a disc golfer, you already know what the idea of that is. And so I was like, that's a great name. First off, it's a great concept, but now how are you going to get it done? And dude, you did it. Like, you got the right people to be there. You had great help with the other round guys because they knew the right people to film it. And you got the perfect person with Trevor to be a part of that. And he has a great face, a great look, and like a great persona on the screen. And man, I was just so impressed with the way that you guys were able to put that all together during the off season. Hats off to you.
No, it was absolutely incredible. Honestly, I can't believe that it all got done. Like, once we filmed and I was heading home, what was it, Saturday night, I was just like, dang, it's finally over. Like, this is I can't believe this just happened. Like, this is nuts. But I mean, it was a lot of people kind of coming together, and you know, that's how all good ideas happen. You have an idea, and then people help you get there. So
that's awesome, man. Hey,
yes.
I got 1 second. I want to actually take these off because these are my goofy glasses. I want to share something that happened this week that meant a lot to me. Nate, I know this guy reached out to you as well. His name is Jan Tilley, and he has stage 4 colon cancer, and he has a bunch of old school disc golf merchandise that is just laying around. He doesn't really know the value of it, so he doesn't want to sell it. So instead, he was starting to reach out to people that it might mean something to, and he sent me a couple minis that are really old. And obviously, you can see the minis behind me. He knows that I like minis, and I'm gonna try to get this out without getting choked up. But the idea that somebody, knowing that something might mean something to them, and thinking that, you know, like when I'm moved on, like that, you know, my things will still be with somebody that can appreciate them. That's just like, to me, that just spoke. It was such an amazing thing. And I just wanted to give a little shout out to Jan. I hope you're doing well, man. Keep fighting that fight. And those minis mean more to me than you can know. And I think that's a really cool gesture. And hopefully our listeners might be able to take a page out of that and do something nice for somebody and pay it forward. I know I will.
Yeah.
All right, back to goofy glasses.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, appreciate you sharing that. That's always, it's always hard to hear other people, especially like in the disc golf family, going through those kind of things. But you know, it's good to see that he was, like you said, just doing something with all that merchandise, and you know, of course, then you just showing your appreciation for it. So appreciate you sharing that. Definitely best wishes to him. All right. So yeah, moving on. I know, Paul, we talked about this, your latest video on your home course, and you had mentioned that you've been busy with some of that. So I wanted to give you a chance to kind of talk about. You said you've been doing a lot of course design in the last year. Let us just talk us through kind of the courses that you've been working on.
Yeah, so this is the third course that I've designed out here in Virginia, Bedford specifically. And it really just kind of came up with all the COVID happening. You know, I was back home. I had time to do stuff, and it was just really good timing with them looking to put in a new course. The first one is Independence Park, and they had an amateur layout, or just the one layout, and they wanted to have a pro layout, and they reached out to me about designing that pro layout. And I had already had my property at that time too. So I was planning on building a course there as well. So they just reached out, and we started working together on this layout. And I mean, to find out how fast that crew works, I think we started working on it the tour shut down in March, and I would say we started designing it in April, and they had the course done by June and a tournament in June, like at that course. So like, yeah, it's incredible how fast the Bedford Parks and Recs works. And then at my property, it's been basically my father-in-law doing all the work, and it's just kind of like he took control and was like, I'll do this. Like, this is my job. So he's been working on my property, and he's cut a lot of the lines in. I mean, we've been very fortunate with that property. It was logs, so we kind of had some fairways already cut in, so we didn't have to cut any big trees or anything like that. We kind of just used what was there. And that's going to be, I think Independence Park is par 60 or 63, somewhere in there. I think it's 63 actually from the pro pads. My property is going to be about a 64 to 66. I don't remember off the top of my head. And then the newest one, the one that we'll be having a grand opening in April. And when we host the Battle for Bedford in September, that'll be the MPO exclusive course. And that's a par 68, like a true par 68. We just shot a fun video out there the other day, which will be the Bedford Parks and Rec. Again, they were like, yeah, we got like 8 baskets, but we'll move them as you play through the course, so we can kind of test it. So Brody, myself, and then the guys at Foundation, the Bogey Bros, went out there and played, and we got that filmed. And they
that's an incredible name.
Yeah, the Bogey Bros. So they I think they have the footage, and they'll be putting it up. But yeah, that I can't wait for people to test their skill on that one, because like I said,
is that the 11,000? That's the 11,000 foot one you were telling me about.
Yeah, and it's very unique for Virginia because it's fairly flat. Most of the land out here is up and down terrain. This is overall on more of the flat side, but very European.
This is the one you were saying had, you were telling me had kind of a Europe
open, Shaletia type feel. So those big woods, but you can shape drivers, but you have to control them, because if they skip, it'll either be in trouble or out of bounds. So I'm really looking forward to that one.
I feel like,
but yeah,
a par 68 that you designed, I'm gonna say like 4 over par, 1,000 rated round. That's my guess.
Well, with how much OB is out there, it could be higher. Who knows? It could be higher.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I feel like. Do you think I could get a birdie there?
Yes, I think.
Okay, good.
Every bird, yeah. I mean, the par 3s, you can get all of the par 3s, but they are every.
I like that he had to. I like that he had to think about it right there. He's like,
yeah, dude.
2, hole 3, 4.
Let me.
Yeah, I think you might get one on
probably pick a hole 7. Yeah. Still got it. I still got
it. Yeah. So it's the video's not out yet, so I can't say what we shot and how many birdies, bogeys, etc.
Sure.
But it is a true 68, and in order to get a birdie, you have to throw a great shot. You can't get away with good shot. You can't get away with a good shot and a great shot. You have to throw great shots, or you're playing for par or worse. So,
how far away do you live from Charlotte? Just curious.
I personally 3.5 hours.
3.5 hours? Okay, it's good to know.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. September 19th, I think, something like that. We're having the Battle for Bedford, so that course will be played it's the week between Smuggler's Notch and Music City. So you just make a little trip down on the way.
I just want to drive up there like right now and go play it tomorrow.
There's no baskets yet, but
is there still room in that tournament, or is that another one of those ones that just filled up immediately? In the one you're talking about, the Bedford.
I don't think we've opened registration.
Oh, okay.
With it being an MPO exclusive course, we could fit 140 something pros, 160.
I say that because if Nate Sexton can get a birdie, then I'm wondering if Jerry Gomez, our cameraman, can get a birdie, because that sounds like it might be something he's gonna have to sign up for if it's between Smugglers on our way down to Nashville. I think we got to get Jerry in there and see see what he can do on that course.
Oh, definitely. There is definitely some birdie holes, but you have to throw great
like
shots
a dream
to get
course to me.
Yeah. No, I'm really proud of it. I'm excited for it, but I have to wait till April. I have to keep my patience.
So
It's
this
a cool opportunity.
So this last year is that your first like experience with like really being hands-on with course design?
From the beginning to end, yeah. I mean, I felt like I've always been really good at redesigning courses. Being on tour and being like, oh, this should tweak this way, this should tweak that way, and then having my home course being fairly small, we always had to create safari holes in order to really challenge ourselves out there. So creating holes has always just been something I've had to do. So now to have the opportunity.
When you say you feel like you got really good at redesigning courses, do you mean like by shooting 18 under and making them change it for the next year?
Exactly.
That has happened twice now, where they actually changed the course. That is actually
that's like a different style. That's like a different type of redesigning a course. It's kind of passive aggressive. You're not like going in there and saying, "I think you ought to change this." You just go in there, shred it so hard that they're like,
you just show them, like, see, this is what I was saying.
There's not very many people who have played so good that they redesign the course because of it. Like that's a nice compliment.
Yeah, because I mean, Deglo actually put OB out there. Waco was just like, we're changing every par. We're not going to do anything. We're just going to change the par.
That's what I'm saying.
Make it impossible.
They didn't need to change Deglo, but like the 18 under isn't really fathomable out there. It's like 10 under isn't really fathomable out there, and then you just like did weird things, and they're just like, well, I guess it is possible. Well,
that one I was asked too. They're like, so I mean, if there was OB, like he wouldn't have shot 18 under. I was like, I would have only changed one shot, and that's it. Like hole 3, I would have been like, all right, I just gotta lay a mid up down to the bottom and then throw an up shot. I mean, all the OB in the world is not going to change someone that throws their.
You don't have to defend yourself,
shot.
buddy. You don't.
Yes,
you're okay. Don't get mad.
That's for us to do, not you. You did what you needed to do, buddy. We're the ones that have to come up with other things to catch up
shots.
to you.
I keep trying, man. I keep trying my hardest to redesign the local 9-hole courses, but nobody seems to care what I put down. Nobody's coming out there and tweaking anything. I'm trying my best, but I still got a long way to go. I'll get there.
Got to do it on film.
Yep. We're very fortunate.
I keep thinking of that Michael Jordan little clip where he goes, and I took disrespect to that or whatever. That
no, he says, and I took that personally.
I took that personally. That's what I heard out of McBeth just now. They said my shot was out of bounds, and I took that personally. Oh, that's funny stuff.
What are you going to shoot on a good round at your course, Paul? Give or take.
Man.
18-ish.
No, not at all. I think if someone shoots like 10 under, it'll be 1100.
Wow.
So
I'm pretty far off with the 4 over being 1,000. It's like 10 over might be 1,000.
I'm not interested. I'm not interested.
That's at your personal course, Paul?
No. This is the other
new
one.
Big dog.
Yeah. My personal course is a little bit easier than that.
What's the name of the new one? Can you share the name, or is the name still?
I don't know if it has one.
The really hard one.
Where it's at, it's just New London Technology Park. So it's got extremely good Wi-Fi and all that stuff, and the sounds of it.
It's all that U-disc is just flying.
The best Wi-Fi of any course in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
The McBeth proof course. That's what they did with the Tiger courses, right? They went the Tiger proof courses, all the tour courses, when Tiger was just shredding everybody, and it kind of equalized the field. Could this equalize the field in a way if it's that difficult? Or are we not there with disc golf yet? Not there with disc golf.
We'll see. I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, that video should be coming out.
No.
Yeah,
the video should be coming out, so we'll see. I guess that'll be the first glimpse of it. So
Awesome.
can't wait.
Definitely look forward
just
to
tell the
seeing it.
foundation guys to hurry up.
Yeah, tell the bogey bros to get better at disc golf and faster at editing.
They must have got their lunch eaten by this course.
Oh,
with a name like the Bogey Bros. I mean, holy cow. Might have to change it to Double Bogey Bros.
Well, there is 2 of them, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Brian Schweber's in the chat, and he said it won't be 1100, but it'll feel like 1100. And that's a good point, because those high SSA courses don't quite get scored like the lower SSA courses. And Schweber's a good person to reference that, because he shot a 57 at Renaissance back when Renaissance was really, really hard. And we all thought that's got to be 1100. And it came in at like 1070. And it was just, everybody's mind was just like blown that it wouldn't be rated higher.
Well, so this is Brody played the course, and he's played Northwood Gold, and he compared it to Northwood Gold, but way harder, because it's got OB on nearly every hole. So it's one of those things. It's like it's got OB factor, which I've played Rennie, and it doesn't really have that. And Northwood Gold doesn't. There's no hole, like when you step up to Northwood Gold, you step up to hole 1, and you're like, well, if I hit that tree, I'm gonna get par. Like if you hit the tree, you're like, I'm either out of bounds or I'm gonna have to throw a really good shot to get my par. It takes birdie out of question. And you have to focus on every shot, which, even Northwood Gold doesn't present that. So
I think that ratings are ridiculous. So who cares about 1100 rated? What do you think the course record will be? Like, that's what I want to know. Like, what is your best? You played there one time. What did you? Oh, we have to wait to see. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, what do you think if the best players in the world are there? Or is there going to be 5 people under par?
Well, I shot between 10 over and 10 under. So
nice round. Guaranteed nice round.
Yeah, because that's rated between 1,000 and 11. That's 1,000 and 1,100.
Yeah.
Like, I like to say when people say, "What did you shoot?" and if you say you shot a course record, and then they ask what the rating is, I say
have the course record.
It's rated the best anybody's ever shot there. That's what it's rated. Thank you. Have a nice day.
So
nice.
So your wife's in the chat, Paul, Hannah, and she says Michael Johansson's going to throw his comment all over that course and birdie every hole. Is that accurate?
Oh gosh. She walked in this room, and she literally came in. She walked in this room, and she came to grab her laptop, probably just to put that.
Yeah, just. No, she's been in the chat for a little bit. I've seen her name on here a few times, but that's the first one.
She walked in earlier to just grab her laptop, and she never does that at 10 o'clock at night. So. He could come in with his comment and shoot a 10 over. It is possible. I don't doubt it.
That's not what she said.
I guess Paul's just saying it's the kind of course that even Paul could go and have 2 drastically different rounds from one day to the next.
You definitely could, yeah.
Well, I'm really intrigued. I'm really excited to stop by there for sure on the way down from Vermont to Tennessee, because this is like, you're definitely building up a lot of hype. So definitely check out Foundation Disc Golf, right? That's the YouTube channel it'll be on.
Yes, when it does drop.
Okay, so
I don't know the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, now there's gonna be a lot of people. Now there's gonna be a lot of people getting in their DMs telling them to hurry up. So.
Yeah. Well, and if people watch it, make sure they subscribe, because they're doing a huge giveaway at 50K.
Awesome.
I think they're at 48,000 or something.
What are you gonna do at 100K?
Man,
just say thank you. Just keep on going, right?
Yeah. Give a little wave and say
everyone
thanks.
likes to give us a hard time because we had the 100K party, and now everyone's like, well, are we gonna have a party? Blah blah. Hey, it doesn't bother me when people like to make fun of that, because that was a blast when we got to do that for 100K. I'll never forget that day. That was like, so many people came and supported us, and like, it was great. It'll never happen again, and I'm like stoked that we got to do it at least the one time, because.
Yeah, you guys were in suits and everything. You guys
Yeah,
were
I mean,
not
I
shining
never
light.
wear like a blazer, and I definitely wore one that night. I remember. And Jerm, I don't even know what Jerm wore. He probably wore something ridiculous for his. He had entrance music and everything. I remember that.
The only thing
Yeah.
ridiculous as far as apparel went is that Nate and I just wore $5 like NASCAR style gas station bought glasses that I just think are just the most hideous looking glasses you can buy. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna buy one of these for me and one of these for Nate. And other than that, it was pretty much normal attire. But this is, I think, 100K, and we're like, that was so grand. That party was like so over the top. It was so amazing. And I mean, really, the sky's the limit at this point. I think we're gonna get to
AJ
a million
Risley with
before.
the comedy show?
Dude,
Come
He
that was
literally
cool.
had a stand-up
That
set.
was so
Like,
cool.
That was cool.
I forgot about that. He killed it. He actually, like,
It was
that's an
insane.
incredibly
It was so
difficult
good.
thing to do.
yeah, I could not. I mean, I remember going up there, and that was the most people I'd ever spoken in front of, like as far as like an actual like a live audience. That was, I mean, it was only like I would say only. It was awesome to have like at least 300 people there, I think, and it was like, and I remember being nervous, and I was like, I cannot imagine going up there with the jokes that you wrote, and be like, I hope these work, like. But if it wasn't for his
You did great.
personality, like AJ could say anything and people would laugh. Like that's just his personality. So
Right. Yeah, he made that work.
Also, I
That
have a
that
little
is
problem with you
frightening.
saying it'll never happen again, because I'm at maximum I'm 30 years from getting to 100K on YouTube, and I'm gonna throw a little thing. So like I wouldn't say that it won't ever happen again. Just because you cross the 100K barrier doesn't mean the rest of us aren't hot on your heels.
I definitely didn't mean that you're not allowed to have a 100K party. I'm saying we'll never have a party like the
What you
100K
said.
party. So
It's
Yeah,
what
well
it
that
said.
well that's not how it came across, Jonathan.
sorry,
It came
everyone's
across like
allowed to have
no
a
one could
100K
ever.
party.
Yeah,
I know
okay.
Simon
What
talked
about
about
a
doing it.
300K party? What's up, Jonathan?
Yeah, I told everybody we'll do another one at 500K. We'll wait till we
Oh,
hit
yeah.
500 because I those parties are fun, but they are not cheap. I mean, we charged admission and we still lost a bunch of money. So it was fun though. I don't regret it. It was a blast. It was so much fun.
I just want to check my audio. Am I still here?
Yes.
You are.
Yeah. It sounds a little bit more distant, but you're still here.
All right. I was a rookie and didn't charge my headphones.
It's okay. All right. I want to take a quick sec to let everyone know that we have a really awesome release that is available at this very moment. Mike, let's put it up on the screen. We have special edition SHOWMEZ
Nice.
discs available now, Discraft
Whoa.
and Innova. Go to JomezPro.com and check it out while supplies last. We are so stoked that we were able to get these turned around in time for before the season started. So
Not about disc golf. Nice.
not about disc golf. And then if you read the asterisk, you'll see that
Sometimes
it is about disc golf. So
That is
yeah.
so great.
We're stoked. So go check those out. We are very, very glad to be able to have access to discs. As most people know, it's kind of hard to get discs right now. So thanks to the team at Discraft for hooking us up. Bob over there has been a huge help to us to get, and of course the team over at Innova. So thanks to them, and go check those out. So yeah, let's move on. So we talked about it a little bit. We teased it a little bit about how changing up the format of some of these big events is okay for like exhibition purposes, but this fourth major people have been talking about, the format is the Champions Cup is going to be April 13th through 17th, 2022 on WR Jackson at the International Disc Golf Center, and it'll feature 4 rounds of traditional stroke play over the first 4 days, and finish with 2 rounds of seeded match play between the top 4 players in both the MPO and FPO fields on the final day. So what are you guys, Paul, I'll just start with you. What is your take on this type of format for a major?
Oh, we're getting into that talk. All right.
Yeah.
Oh man, I lost the video. Sorry.
We still see you.
Okay, Hannah messaged me about bringing me new AirPods because she said my audio is bad. But I don't like the format. I'm not a big fan of it. I would just rather play 4 rounds and I mean, I think Yuli's mentioned it a couple times about how we don't need to make something, bad. I don't know. I don't know the words for it. I don't want to bash him, but I don't like the format at all. I just want to play 4 rounds, compete against everyone. I think a match play event is great, but not in this situation. So just make it 4 rounds. We'll find the right courses for it. Let it move around, and let us just play. The major titles. What's the excitement for everyone?
Yeah, I think that Paul. I think that we kind of share the same theory as far as like both of us are kind of traditionalists as far as major champions are stroke play events. See who the best player is after however many rounds you play it, and then that's how you earn a major title. And now throwing this thing out there like that can kind of throw a little curveball in there. And I don't know. I think it's a great idea. I think it's going to be super fun to watch. But as far as throwing an M on front of it, I mean, you guys know where I stand as far as that. I think that when you 3 are major champions, I have not earned the right to be a major champion yet. And if I do win that in that format, I mean, it won't feel right to me. So, and it directly benefits a player like me. That's the thing too. So I don't know. That's the way that I feel about it. I want to earn mine by beating you guys in 4 rounds or 5 rounds, 6 rounds. I don't care how many rounds it is, but whoever shoots best at the end of the tournament. And then people say, well, you still have to play good. It's like, no, I could take a 2, somebody could take a 10, and that person who took a 10 could still beat me. That's not a major champion in my mind. So
before I get too deep into my thoughts on the format, what course is it on?
W.R. Jackson.
Okay, I'm good. Jerm.
The format alone is definitely worth discussing, but as far as my thoughts on W.R. Jackson, I'm with that guy. Oh wait, that guy right there. But anyways, that's just that course. I don't think necessarily challenges the entire range of skill for a major championship. I don't know. I personally have a little bit more interest in a venue that can challenge the open, wooded, and things in between. And that place is just wooded. And like Paul says, that could benefit a player like me who comes from a wooded course background. But I still don't necessarily think that. I just don't like Jackson being a major venue in general, but a lot of people like that course, and it's highly rated on Disc Golf Course Review. So whatever, that's subjective. As far as the actual format goes, I don't know. I think that something like this should be tested on a lower level. Like, we haven't done this. Why are we going straight to the top? Something needs to be proven before you can call it a major championship. We don't even know if we will like the format, or I mean, like, how can we just test that at a major? I know that USDGC tests new rules in their major, and they like to set the precedent for different ideas and stuff like that. But I don't know. For me, it's a little bit too aggressive to go straight to the top like that.
Yeah. Well, one more thing on that too is if you win the stroke play, you have to win again. Like, you have to win twice. If you're second, third, or fourth, you get a second chance. Like, it doesn't matter how many
maybe
strokes,
you could actually
there are, but...
Perfect, Paul. This is a really easy way for me to catch up to you guys. Is I could win 2 majors in 1 major. I love it. I'm in.
There you go. Count it for 2. Like, that's what it feels like it's going to be. You had to win twice, literally. So that's. The only person that doesn't benefit is the person that wins. The stroke.
I don't care about the course. I don't care if it's a par 54 course that we have to play 5 times. But let's do stroke play. Let's see who's going to make all the putts and throw the shots close and do the thing to win a major. Like, that's where I stand with it. Like, the course, I mean, there was already a few major champions crowned by playing that course. So it's not like this course is unproven to be able to crown a major champion. I mean, in Georgia for the Worlds, didn't we play that course a few years back?
Yeah, we did.
We played it for Worlds.
And the PDGA Championship.
And neither Nate Sexton or I won the World Championships that year.
I skipped that Worlds.
So I'm just saying, like, that course
Coraline
is to be able to have a world title and majors and all that stuff already. So But as far as like, let's play a match play after you've done playing stroke play, and then let's play tic-tac-toe at the end, like, I'm good.
Yeah. This is
unless you're going to give me three majors, I could go for
It's seeded tic-tac-toe, not just any regular Rochambeau. It's like you got to earn your way into that with your match play. Don't forget that.
With that being said, though, I have no problem. Like, if it's going to be a major, I'm going to be there and I'm going to try to win the tournament. Like, I appreciate the PDJ supplying another major. We didn't have one, which has also been pretty ridiculous to me. So the fact that we have another one, fantastic. Do I agree with it? No. Will I play it? Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm only joking about the course, to be honest. I for one, I totally disagree with Jerm about it not testing the full range of skills. It tests way too many skills, and the skills that I personally don't have are the ones that I have the biggest problem with it continually testing. So that's my issue, and that's coming from, honestly, that's coming from one of the most successful players on WR Jackson of all time, because I made a lot of money on those stupid poems. So I've actually made more money at WR Jackson than most players, than probably almost all players. So, I'm not. It's not like I haven't had success there. I got my ego stomped on and converted that pain into something worthwhile. But I mean, I've made more money at WR Jackson than the majority of courses I've ever played. So it's not like I hate the place. I just don't get in the top 25.
Yeah, I definitely don't mistake what I was saying. That place is one of the hardest places. Like, it's in the top 5 hardest courses, in my opinion, on tour. Northwood Gold being number 1, and then go on from there. But the
then the other one,
then everything else. Delaware is up there for sure. But anyways, it's just I'm just going to stick to that original point. Like, I'm interested in the format. I'm interested in trying new things. I think that, we're still such a young sport that we have to be progressive minded to be able to advance and like find what works best for disc golf. Obviously, golf has set a great precedent for us, and we definitely do model everything that we do as far as tournament wise, essentially off of what they've done in golf and other individual sports. And that's great. But, for a disc golf to kind of branch off and be our own thing, we have to kind of be open to try new things. But I don't think that we need to start off with it being a major. I just think that we should try maybe a 3-round tournament with a 2-round match play afterwards, if you want to try that as like a fun AllStar event, like what's going on next weekend in Phoenix.
Yeah, or even have it a full match play major. I'm even into that. Like, okay, we know we're going to be playing match play the whole time. Put an M in front of it. Let's do it. I'm all right with that. Sure. But this whole play 30 different things.
Yeah, if we went match play major, I would just say randomly put people out there. Like, just seed it and just don't seed it. Just mix it. Get 64 players or whatever. Just they end up where they end up. Because I mean, how are we going to?
You don't want to. You don't want to get that. You don't want to go Paul versus Ricky in round 1 like that. The fans lose in that situation.
Why? We might play each other. I mean, at least we get to play each other. You never know if we'll even get a chance to play each other.
Sure. If you play good enough, you will.
So I mean,
and what happens if I play you first round and I take you out? That's not what the fans want.
They don't want you to beat me regardless, whatever it is.
I know, that's what I'm saying. That'd be horrible. No. Oh, and shout out to you taking me down in the popularity contest today. What the heck? How do I get in the division with you? Put me up against those other guys. Unbelievable.
I feel you there, brother. We got 2 people in this very podcast that lost a 50-50 battle. And in fact, in those popularity contests or polls, as if you want to call them that, I am over 2 in 50-50 splits, losing by less than 100 votes both times. So I don't know how close your battle was today, but Nate and I are definitely kind of feeling, and that's a big time loss for us. Nate, what do you think?
I
really
feeling
the hurt today, aren't?
Did I lose?
Oh yeah, didn't you?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, who did Nate lose
You-
to?
you-
He lost to someone today, huh?
He lost to Calvin, but the split was literally
Calvin.
50-50, just like it was in the
Oh.
commentator battle.
No. That can't be real. Calvin's a good dude and all, but no, that he deserves it, man. I've been hibernating. Nobody needs to be voting for me. Let me come back and earn it again. Let me earn back their love another time. But don't give it to me now.
Maybe a new YouTube video.
Yeah,
I pulled all the stops.
4.5 years. They're
back.
going to be singing it. They're going to be singing my praises in 4.5 years because that next video is going to be pretty good. Already thinking about it.
Yeah. I campaigned hard, man. I went out there. I was offering giveaways and stuff like that. If I beat Eagle, I was telling everybody that Eagle hates cats and puppies and his fans. I was really going after it. But I mean, honestly, without that, he probably would have taken me down in a landslide. I at least was able to bring it from like 65-35 back to 50-50. But an L is still an L, an L is still an L. I don't know what to say. Big Jerm got a bogey.
I just rolled over. As soon as I went over to Paul, I'm like, well, thank you.
Bye.
At least I know.
Yeah.
At least I know I didn't get campaigned because if it was Calvin, he didn't make a post. So that was a straight up fair battle. I was unaware. He was probably also unaware. And it still came 50-50. So that's not bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I
You
campaigned hard, dude.
You should have told the guy to just vote for Paul and then just hide the last names and see who won.
Tricked him. That's kind of my style.
Yeah.
That is kind of my style. Well, I'm happy, man. I got 42% to you just destroying me, but the people before me were like 9% and like 13 or something. So at least I got some.
Yeah.
I got some folks out there.
There you go.
It was a good battle.
So, what do you guys feel like? So obviously, there's a lot of debate with this format, that we're talking about with this fourth major. What's the correct way to go about making these types of decisions? I know Jerm talks about starting the event as a smaller thing, like a smaller event, but like when they came and just said this is a major, like they didn't reach out to. There's not like a players coalition or, anything like that to like, what's the right way to go about it to where we don't have to have these types of discussions after the decision's been made?
So there is a players committee, actually. There's a few different things. There's a few different ways that they could have gone about it. But they didn't. They just kind of did. There's a majors committee. So there is people talking about it and deciding these things. It's not just like one guy's like, oh, I have a great idea. And then everybody's like, all right, let's do it. Like it had to go through certain things. The players committee is actually kind of getting restructured in a way to where we're actually going to be able to get the players' feedback. I'm working on that right now. As chair of the players committee, I'm going to be making a Facebook group here soon to where I'll get all of you touring players in there. We'll be able to vote on ideas that we want to push forward to the actual PDGA committees. And then hopefully our voice will be heard a little bit louder than it has been ever, which is my goal. And so that's what's going to happen. We're going to have a Facebook group that's private, obviously, with just touring players. We'll bring up ideas. So maybe this major is one of the ideas. If we don't like it, then we can vote on it. And if the vote is, 90% to 10% and we send that to them, then we have merit. We have a little backing, right? And so after they do that, then the actual people in the players committee will then vote on it, send it to the uppers, and then try to figure it out. So we're in the midst of trying to get a better process going because obviously we weren't being heard with our old process.
Gotcha. So that's just a I guess a product of our sport growing, like there's a lot of things that other sports do that ours isn't. And we see that with the media every single season, if not multiple times throughout a season. And we're learning so much, and we're fortunate to be in a position where we do, have people do come to us and as far as the tours and stuff and ask us our opinion on things. And there's just so many things that we're just like, man, like it's crazy how sometimes we just kind of feel like we have so far to go with, you know, having a certain type of structure on things and making those decisions so that we don't have to go through so many growing pains. But that's just part of it. I mean, you really can't just skip ahead. So it's interesting to hear like the situation we're in and what you just said, as far as like how it is a bit of a restructuring phase for the players committee, and you guys have a ways to go, but so many good things could come from it. And so this, you know, this decision that's been made and the feedback that they've gotten, you know, is something that we hope won't necessarily happen again, because now it just kind of wants to push the process of getting this type of thing, you know, set in place so that we can, you know, learn from this process and move forward.
I do want to drop my hot take on this though. I feel like with this fourth major, a big thing is the PDGA tends to get jealous, I feel like. And with the success that the Disc Golf Pro Tour is having, and with their tour final, and how much, you know, attention that brought with the ESPN and all that stuff. And then they had the All-Star Weekend announced well before the major, and it was match play and stuff like that PDGA felt like they had to step their game up and make a splash, and unfortunately it didn't land. But
Cannonball.
yeah, but that's kind of how the feeling I had, and that's just from knowing some other tournaments that have happened with media and things like that, to where PDGA hosted national tour, and they right before a pro tour, and they felt like they needed to have a better media side than the pro tour, and it just seems like a familiar situation where they tried to. And maybe a little bit of jealousy that they wanted to get the attention on their side again. And hopefully it can change, because I don't know if there's any player that agrees with the way that this format is.
Yeah, maybe jealousy isn't the right word. Maybe they saw the success that they were having and they wanted to match that, you know, for all the reasons that you said, you know, get on ESPN and all those things. I mean, that helps all of us no matter what. So totally get your point, and I think that that's, you know, that's also how the sport kind of grows, is people are like, oh, that's a great idea, they got 20 grand for that on ESPN, like let's do something similar. But I do 100% agree that like probably not. We don't need a major, an unproven major with these formats. And then I'll go straight back to the players committee, which we're working really hard on right now. If our voice wants to be heard, then we need to do it collectively as a group. And as I went around and talked to other players, it was actually a lot closer than you think, to where some people liked it and some people don't. And in that aspect, like, then our voices are just like us complaining. If it's 60-40 to where people like it and we don't, like, it's kind of like, okay, the players have spoken type thing. And that's really where we need to get to, is to where the players as a whole kind of have a voice, and we can be like, no, we're good. We don't want to do that, you know, because the sport's big enough to where like that needs to happen.
Is that a situation where if we do have that kind of players committee speaking up and we do run a vote, and like, let's say only like 20 people or maybe like 30 people participate in that vote, is that vote going to be like the word that we take to the PDGA? Are 30 people going to be the ones that represent the entire field of competitors? Or like, what if it's like a super close vote? If it's like a 55-45, does that just do we take that as like the electoral college? Now we represent this idea as our presidential concept. I mean, does it going to be, you know, I'm just curious.
There's going to be a few different avenues that it goes through, Jerm. So it'll be the players, the vote, and then it goes to the players committee, who are, you know, will vote, and then it'll go to the uppers, and then they'll figure out what to do with it. But at least it's something, you know. And to your point, like, yeah, what if there is 20? That means that you, Paul, Sexton, like, we're not doing our job as leaders to make sure that the other people are giving their vote. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it comes down to, is we got to lead by example. And so if we come to a point where we really are passionate about something, and Paul goes on there, I know this for a fact, and he says, hey guys, like, let's vote on this, they will vote. And at this point in, you know, disc golf, I feel like that's where we're at.
Can I be in the private players Facebook group?
Not if you don't tour.
That's what I was going to say, because they kicked me out of the DGPT players group.
Did they really?
Yeah, I'm not in there. I don't know if it's because if I wasn't touring enough, or I was actually posting like a lot of Craigslist ads in there, just trying to like offload stuff from my garage, and I don't know if people got sick of that. But yeah, I'm booted, dude. I'm not a player at this point. Maybe I can work my way back in, but no, I'm not in there anymore. But
do you want to just jump that one and just go straight to the committee? We might need a couple new heads here soon. So
hey man, if you get me in that Facebook group, that's enough for me, and we can talk about advancing beyond that. But I just want to sit at the table again.
I'll see if I can talk to some people maybe.
Thank you. Yeah, I need a guy on the inside. Who can get me back in.
Man, that's pretty bad. The captain of Innova Champion Disc gets booted from the group.
I think it said. I think they put a rule that said you had to play 50% of the tournaments, and I was like, I'll see myself out. And, and that was that.
All right.
I'm not a rule breaker, so
yeah,
you lay it out for me like that. I'm not trying to get in on someplace I'm not supposed to be.
Yeah, it's special treatment at that point, and that's not you.
For sure.
Well, I appreciate the debate there, the discussion there on talking about that, because I know that we're still I think 14 months from that event happening. So it's crazy to think how different disc golf could be by the time that this event even rolls around, because I know 2021 is going to be huge for disc golf. 2020 was a crazy year, and it was really big for disc golf, and 2021 is like, I cannot even imagine what we're going to be looking at, the landscape we're going to be looking at 12 months from now, even like as we're getting ready for Vegas next year. It's just, I get so excited thinking about it, because we're all doing our best work right now. Like, we're as a media team doing great things. All these players, you guys are just really stepping up your game, and all the new players coming in, and all the disc golf companies that are just pushing even harder to just like all of us collectively bringing the sport to new heights. And I'm like, it's just amazing.
I could be a 5-time major champion by then, and then I won't even care about the. I could win. I could be a 5-time and then win 6, 7, and 8 right there in the one tournament.
Yuli's dream major is like, it's match play from the start, 64 players. If you make it to the round of 32, you're a major winner. You make it to the round of 16, slap on a second major. Into the Elite 8, that's triple. And then you can really you can pad your stats that way.
Yeah, that event could just be called the Grand Slam, because by the end of it, you could go from 0 to 5 by the end of the event.
There goes old 5-time. They'd be saying, there goes old 5-time after Yuli drops in that
putt. Oh, that sounds great.
McBeth, yes, no? What do you think? You've been really quiet when we've been talking about equalizing the major distribution across the
Ken Climo would explode. Ken Climo would explode if that got announced. McBeth would have he would short circuit, but Climo would fully explode if it was like,
no, hold on a second.
Just pick up 5.
You've got 24 major title wins. Is that correct?
No,
Climo does.
With Masters wins.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think he has like 19 without Masters or something like that.
Yeah. I just looked into this because I had Paige Pierce on my podcast.
15.
This guy's got 15.
You got 15, so we'd have to win this tournament 3 times just to tie you.
Well, no, you might have to win a lot more, because if I meet you in the finals, then I have 4 more, and you only gain 1.
He's going to make it into the round. He's going to make the round of 32 most of the time. We can feel like I feel pretty secure that McBeth finds his way to the round of 32.
But he's got the ankle injury, so he's going to have to sit it out.
Not anymore.
The ankle injury,
Not anymore. They popped that thing right back into place.
You guys are way older than me too, so you don't have many more years. So.
No, way
Wow.
older.
Yuli's always bragging that he's younger than Jerm and Nate, and now Paul, you're younger than. Are Paul, you younger than McBeth? You're younger than Yuli then?
By at least 2 years.
Well, let's get one thing straight. There's 0 young guys on this video call right now.
That's for sure. Man, they're making them younger. It's crazy. I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, we just had. I know this isn't really. I don't know. I'm just gonna say that Chris Dickerson just got into the 1050 club today, I think.
Nice.
And he's one of 5 1050 rated players, and Calvin Heinberg, I guess, would be the youngest then, right? I think
that's
got to
crazy.
be.
Paul, how does it feel not to be the highest rated person? I'm saying it. I said it.
How about this? We'll ask Paul, how long are you going to let that happen? Just one event, right? Basically, the first event you play will get you right back up there.
Yeah, I mean, it could. I mean, I don't know if a rating's ever won me a tournament, so it doesn't make sense to me. Like, I've never just been given a win because of my rating. I don't even know.
At the top. That's crazy.
7 years, yeah.
I saw the article. I've been playing for however many years, and it's been 33 years, never even sniffing the top. So it's
well,
it's pretty crazy.
So my one thing is, like, I would rather get passed in a sense. Like, I'd rather Ricky just go like 1065 or like 1060 and like pass me instead of me going backwards, if that makes sense.
Of course.
That makes
I'd
sense.
rather see him go up than me go down. So
I mean, it's just clearly your play has just dropped so much lately. It's just so obvious to all the fans and to us players. Like, we can see it and we feel the level of intensity that you bring is just what happened to you is the question I have to ask.
Got married.
It's over.
Right.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so
it finally kicked in.
Paul gets like 4th place at a tournament, and everyone's like, he's done every single time. Like, he's still like in the top 5, and people are just ready to write off your career. It's so stupid.
Yeah. I think I had one, like 3 events not in the top 3. That was it.
I remember I remember the days when you wouldn't get below the top possible, 1. Yeah. So yeah.
2015. That was it for you. That was the year you're ever going to be good. And every other year after that, it's just scraping by the top.
That's why you don't set the standards that high, dude. You got to learn from your guys here on the screen. If you don't do it, then when you have a year, you got to have it at the end of your career and then ride off into the sunset. I mean, that's what I'm planning on doing, you know?
Well,
you're going to win this 2022 major and just retire right there on the spot, Paul.
Yeah. There you go.
What were you going to say, Paul, about 2015?
I forgot. Well, I kind of forgot, but I think like 2015 and 2016 I didn't win Worlds, but I don't think I was like out of the top 3 or something like that. But it was an off year apparently, so because I didn't win Worlds. So
there's no way that I think any of us could like name 3 or 4 times that you were ever out of the top 2. Like, I can't even name it. I wouldn't be able to like reference in my mind that tournament or those tournaments.
Imagine this. The year's 2015. The year's 2015. You're traveling with Paul. You play every practice round and every tournament with this guy for the whole season. How bad do you feel about your skills? And how impressed are you that I'm still here after that?
No kidding, man. Oh my god.
Wow. Did you ever beat him in a practice round?
I mean, yes. Yes. And it felt incredible.
How many times did you beat him on the season?
Not a time. I don't know. Maybe none. Honestly, I don't know if there was any. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think 2015 there was only like 3 people that beat me all year.
Yeah, I remember I was doing pretty good at the USDGC, and he was like, "Man, don't screw this up for me. This is a Grand Slam." And then end of a call, and I had to do this whole swan dive thing right at the end. But it's like, I felt good about doing it because got him where he needed to get, and you know, it was I'm a company man at the end of the day.
Yeah. Then you got a really big contract after that, so
yeah,
really
gotta do it. Yeah, no, but man, it was crazy. I mean, that's honestly a cherished memory, just to be able to be front row seat for that incredible year, and just like, I just feel like whenever I imagine a practice round from that time when we were playing together, I know I've said this before, but it's like the memory that always comes into my mind, and this happened a lot of times, would just be like an 80-footer flying in the basket, and I'd go, oh, hey, cool, man, great putt, and then like look back and get to my bag, and then ching again, and I'd look up and go, okay, you just made the 80-footer. Why are you putting it twice? And also, what business do you have making it twice? Like that was how it was going. I would just be like, damn, sick putt, and then like getting ready to do something else, and then ching again, and you're like, oh, where that can't have been. Oh no, what? Like what? Who putts again? After you make an 80-footer, you just put your hand up and you walk it in. You don't putt again. There's no gold in those hills. It's crazy.
Gold in those hills.
Oh my gosh. Paul, did you get yelled at a second ago when you were looking off screen for the marriage comment? Yeah. I thought that's what was happening there for a second.
I don't know if she got that it was a joke, so I'm not sure. We'll find out after the show.
There was a funny comment in the chat a minute ago that was like, we were talking about like, oh no, what happened to Paul? He got 4th place, but then somebody turned it around back on us and was like, oh, Jerm got 4th place. Is he back?
Oh my God.
Y'all are wrong.
But also kind of dead on.
All right, you shut up. You're not supposed to agree with these people.
Me too. That counts for me too, man. Fourth place is a nice little finish.
Yeah, no, seriously, I'm pumped to the top 10.
You get a bonus. I don't even know what that's like. I think you get a bonus. Do you get a bonus for 4th? Anybody?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, at any of the pro tours, the national tours, absolutely. I think. I don't know. I can't remember, but I think he did.
It's been a while.
Paul's like, I do not speak this language. What are these guys talking about?
Yeah, what are you guys talking about? You don't stand on the podium? What happens if you don't stand on the podium? Like, what's it like being in the crowd during the speeches?
Oh my God.
When I roll into Vegas in a couple of weeks here and play on that feature card as like defending champion and all that, it will be an actual year since I played in a important tournament, which is just so crazy. Like, because I played the Memorial, then I got out of there for COVID, then I tried to come back for USDGC, I hurt myself. So like an actual year that since I've played, it's like, I mean, I've played some little tournaments, obviously I've been practicing, but it's so crazy. Like I never would have thought, I mean, just like everybody, you know, whenever you think about like, oh, when we first heard about COVID, it's like, oh, of course it won't be for that long. And it's just like still here. And it's like, I don't know. Yeah. It's just crazy. I can't believe I'm going in there and that I've been away from the whole thing for a year. It happened fast.
Have you practiced your made putt celebrations? Because you always have this fun, like one arm, like.
I love his one. Yeah.
Straightforward fist pump. Like
what else? Yeah. It's like this.
There you go. Yeah, the whip.
That is it. I know you.
It's like a whip.
Yeah.
I'll never forget.
It's not
the Texas States.
Just like,
no, you guys. Like thank you, Jerm. I was about to say. So you guys need to go back and watch 2017, maybe 2018. Nate, hole 18, Nate, hole 18 on that course, and Nate cans this nasty uphill putt, and he does the double, like he like blocks his face with the fist, and I love that one.
That was because that was for like 3rd place. It hardly mattered, but it was one of those putts where it was like for me, for my putting style.
Your bonus.
it was so much headwind that I just already knew I was gonna miss. And then then I made it. And so then I was over the moon because like sometimes you're just in that spot where you're like, well, I'm going to get up here and pretend I'm confident about this and, go through the motions, but I'm missing this. Like, this wind is awful. And then it went in, and I was more shocked than anybody. So I just had to double up and just like, I can't believe it.
Well, and you had to protect yourself from the headwind too. Cause how else are you?
Because you're running up that hill. You don't want to get blown back. Yeah.
No.
Right.
It was probably about a 25 footer too. It wasn't really a big putt, but it was a putt that I had already missed. I had already missed it in my head. So then when you make one that you already missed in your head, you really feel like you're good at it.
Oh, man. All right. Well, yeah, like Nate said, we're definitely looking forward to Vegas. It's been a whole year basically for Nate. Look at how long his beard's gotten. He did get a haircut. Are you going to keep the beard? Are you going to keep it for Vegas?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Keep that thing.
So we definitely look forward to seeing everybody in a couple weeks. Paul, good luck to you next weekend. It's crazy. That's next weekend at the AllStar. So be sure to check that out. All the players there on the Disc Golf Network. But we will see all of you in 2 weeks at the Las Vegas Challenge, the first event of the season for many of us in the Disc Golf Pro Tour. This will be the last episode of SHOWMEZ for the foreseeable future. So I hate to break it to you, everybody, but we're getting ready for the season. Next week, we're going to be traveling to Las Vegas, and then we're getting ready for the very next week. So be sure to go. Thank you for everyone that crashed our website basically immediately with the SHOWMEZ disc. So I think people are saying that it might be back up, but I think as soon as I say that, it's going to happen again. But we definitely are working on beefing up our servers because, as you know, like disc golf is getting crazier and it's just crashing websites left and right. So I'm sure, Paul, have you had a website crash yet on Foundation?
No. We go through Shopify, so we don't have to worry about website crashing. Yeah.
Well, we're definitely gonna be beefing that up. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. It's been a fun 5 episodes to start this 2021 season. So thank you to Paul, thank you to Uli and Jerm and Nate for getting us started. So we're definitely looking forward to getting the season started. Anything else, Paul, that you want to leave us with? I know you said we need to watch out on the Foundation Disc Golf channel, but anything else you want us to plug before you take off?
I got a lot of good, fun announcements coming up. I can't wait to share all those. So just stay tuned to Instagram, social media, and all that stuff. But I appreciate you guys having me. I'm looking forward to seeing all you guys in Vegas and getting back out there and competing against each other. We get to have fun here, but then we get to actually compete against each other here soon. So, just keep up with my social media.
Can't wait.
We'll share that course. Oh, yeah, we can have top 4.
Can't wait
right
to
here.
compete against Paul again.
Bonus. That'd be sweet. Bonus.
There you go. Cool. Just keep up. I'll share the video with you guys as soon as it's out of the course so you can get a little sneak peek. And thanks again for having me.
Sweet.
Awesome. Everyone's
going
to
be coming on, man.
Nate's going to have a target on his back, man. Everyone's going to be chasing defending champion Nate Sexton.
Oh boy.
2020 Las Vegas champion. It's going to be great.
I cannot imagine how I could lose. I'm just that I cannot see any scenario where I don't come out with another W. It's going to be crazy.
Who got 3rd place that year? Because they better look out. That bonus is looking right.
No, man, I'm just so happy to be back out there, to be honest. It's going to be so fun. And good luck. I want to just say good luck to Paul in Arizona. Thanks for coming on the show, man. Good to talk to you. Sure. And absolutely echo what you said. I'm super excited to get back out there and try not to get injured, try to play good, and just see everybody, get on some videos. It's going to be great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've got plenty of great content coming for you guys. I know Paul said he's been going to be doing the same. McBeth, him and Hannah, assuming she's not going to be too upset with him to hold the vlog camera for him. But I know Uli is going to have some great things, and of course you can expect great things from here, from the Jomez crew, from the commentary booth, from just all kinds of content we got coming at you. So again, thank you all for joining us for SHOWMEZ in this first 5 episodes. We definitely will be back, but you're just gonna have to keep an eye on the website, JomezPro.com/SHOWMEZ. We'll keep you all updated there and on our social media, and our schedule will be coming out very soon at JomezPro.com/schedule. So once again, thank you to everyone that's tagged along with us for the ride. We've had a great time. We will see you in 2 weeks at the Las Vegas Challenge. So for Paul McBeth, Paul Ulibarri, Jeremy Koling, Nate Sexton, and myself, we want to say thank you. And Mike is going to send us off with his classic 80s. What's that?
I'm just going to tell you guys, let's sign off. Put them up, whip them around.
Oh, yeah. Let's go, baby.
Play it, Mike.
Put them in there.
Play
Let's
us
go.
off. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Our content is made possible because of the support we receive on Patreon. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much to our Founders Club, to our Follow Flight fam, and to the SHOWMEZ squad. We will see you all in 2 weeks.
Howdy, y'all.
Take care.
Wait, do you say it when you say goodbye? Howdy?
Howdy. Yeah, no, you don't.
Adios.
Adios.